Alyssa's POV. I recognized him immediately. Those piercing blue eyes were difficult to forget. The illegitimate first prince of the kingdom, Kai. He couldn't have looked more different to his brother if he tried. Golden hair, blue eyes, tall and broad shoulders. The only imperfection was the deep, jagged scar running down the side of his face, almost clipping his eye. "Move," Caspian growled, trying to stand tall to show his authority. Kai's wolf just growled back, taking a threatening step forward and snapping his jaws in a challenge. "What's wrong, Cass?" Prince Kai asked mockingly as he looked at me with interest. "I'm just being friendly." "I know what your version of friendly means." Caspian took a step backwards as if he'd run away with me on his back. "Relax, pup. I need a favor from the beautiful lady on your back." I tried to ignore that comment as I slid off of Caspian's back and fumbled into a clumsy curtsy, knowing I didn't look the part of an alpha's daughter in the palace. "Alyssa," Caspian whimpered nervously, his eyes darting between myself and the prince. "Your Royal Highness," I formally greeted before standing back up straight. I didn't want to insult him, especially when I was alone. Prince Kai moved around me like a vulture, looking me up and down and surveying me like I was an object to buy. "Long time no see us." He knew I hated that nickname. "I was worried 5 years of imprisonment would break you." "It's not often I'm glad I'm wrong." I tried to stay strong, but my injuries from earlier hadn't started to heal and were getting worse by the second. I spluttered, trying to hide a cough, and blood splattered near the prince's feet. "Oops, spoke too soon." I staggered and felt my knees buckle, sending me to the floor. Caspian called my name, moving to try to catch me, but he was too slow. Instead, I felt large, warm arms wrap around my waist as Prince Kai caught me. There was no pity in his eyes, more curiosity as he picked me up in his arms, hooking an arm around my legs to lift me bridal style before sitting on his wolf. "Where are you taking her, you bastard?" Caspian growled, looking like he was 2 seconds away from lunging forward to fight for me. Prince Kai's wolf growled back and the two stared at each other in a fight for dominance. "Call me that again, pup, and I'll make sure you never see her again," Prince Kai threatened, his eyes glaring dangerously. "She's got nothing to do with this," Caspian protested, less aggressive now after Prince Kai's threat. "She's everything to do with this," Prince Kai countered before tightening his grip on me. "Tell my brother I'll look after his mate from now on." Before Caspian could react, the prince's wolf set off into a sprint, running through the palace like a golden blur. I didn't stay awake too long to see the beautiful castle as my head lolled and my vision went black. I groaned as my eyes cracked open, a gentle breeze flowing over my body. "You okay? Carys, you're here? How?" "Look down." I sat up from where I had been lying, a large flat stone in a forest. I looked down at my wrist, the weight of the iron bracelet now gone. I touched the smooth skin where the bracelet had been and let out a shaky breath to know Carys wasn't taken away from me anymore. "You're welcome," Prince Kai said, leaning against a tree not too far away from me, his wolf beside him as he twirled the iron bracelet around his finger. As I spotted it, he smirked at me before putting the bracelet in his palm and crushing it. He opened his palm and blew the dust away. It shocked me how easily he was able to take the bracelet off, and how he'd crushed it with a single tightened grip. "Thank you." I remembered my manners, standing up and offering a small head nod. Prince Kai humped his approval. "I just reward loyalty. Things would have been a lot harder if you called for Caspian's help. No way that bastard would have let me take you without a fight." "But why did you want me?" I asked out of curiosity and distrust. The last time we had met it hadn't been too pleasant. "I need a favor and you're the perfect girl for the job." I didn't know what he expected from me. I had just been released from the prison camp, and my father had arranged a marriage for me. I was useless and helpless. "Why me?" "I can't." "You can and you will." His eyes flashed with impatience. I frowned at him, more confused than intimidated. Prince Kai sighed and moved to sit on the stone, tapping it for me to sit down close to him. I obliged, but he moved closer until our hips were touching. I tried to move away, but he gripped my face and I whimpered he wouldn't finish what Taylor started, would he? "Relax, would you? I'm not going to hurt you or force you. Look at the scar." I did as he was told and couldn't contain my shock. Werewolves could heal almost any wound in a matter of days. My broken ribs and cuts that Taylor had given me were already beginning to heal now that Carys was free again. The scars on my back would take longer to heal because of the repetitive nature of the beatings, but they would get better gradually. But Prince Kai was a royal wolf. He should have had no problem healing a scar. The scar on his face was deep and jagged, looking fresh. Prince Kai let go of my chin and I moved closer to him, still examining the scar with curiosity. You can feel it. My hand was already close to his face, so I cupped his cheek and ran my thumb over the line staining his face. A tingle raced through my thumb and I pulled back before pressing it again, feeling the same sensation. What happened? I asked softly, but that was the wrong question to ask. Prince Kai caught my wrist, yanking it away from his face and squeezing it tightly. That is none of your concern, he hissed. Then why am I here? When someone gave me this scar, there was poison coating the weapon. Royal healers can do nothing for it, and the poison is spreading to the rest of my body. I opened my mouth to give him an apology or some pity, but the glare in his eyes showed he didn't need or want it. I'm not a healer. I think you should stop asking questions, he grumbled as he moved closer, whispering something in my ear as he still held my wrist. I remember when you took a little vacation from your prison sentence. My heart almost stopped beating and I moved my face to glare at him. Only I didn't realize how close we were, and if either of us moved an inch we'd be kissing. He smirked at my shocked expression, but before anything else could happen, a roaring, "Don't touch her," came from the distance as branches were torn and bushes were trampled. Alexander rode Caspian into the field with murder in his eyes.